Beneath the thick canopy of emerald leaves, a world stirs with ancient breath. The Amazon, a jungle so vast, so untamed, it creates its own weather. Mists curl through branches like ghosts of the past, and rivers wider than cities carve their way through the heart of darkness. But this is not just a forest, it is a cathedral of giants. Here size is not an exception, it is the law. From the rivers that swallow continents to the predators that strike fear into everything that breathes, this is the kingdom of the colossal. At dawn the jungle awakens in a chorus of unseen creatures. Frogs scream from hidden pools, insects buzz like electrical wires, and howler monkeys roar across the canopy, their voices carrying for miles. To the human ear, it is chaos, but in reality, it is balance. Every sound a signal in a code that has kept this jungle alive for millions of years. Yet, beneath this fragile balance, a darker truth stirs. Giants roam these lands not in peace, but in constant war. Predator and prey, locked in eternal combat. Each sunrise marks survival for some, and death for others. In the shallow backwaters, something moves. A ripple too large for a fish, too smooth for the wind. A shadow glides silently just beneath the surface. It coils and uncoils with terrifying patience. This is a land where monsters are not legends. They are flesh, muscle, and hunger. The camera pulls back. The Amazon is not ruled by the strongest alone, but by those who can wait and strike with precision. The river's surface is calm, almost welcoming, but beneath it lies one of the most formidable predators this planet has ever known. The first of the jungle's giants is ready to reveal itself. Beneath the murky waters of the Amazon, the silence is suffocating. Shafts of sunlight pierce through the green-brown haze, illuminating swarms of tiny fish. But then, the water shifts. Something massive lurks below, unseen, waiting. This is the green anaconda, the heaviest snake on Earth, 30 feet of muscle, thick as a man's torso, sliding silently through the river like a living submarine. For centuries it has inspired terror, worship, and legend. Locals whisper that it can swallow men whole, and they are not wrong. The anaconda is a master of patience. It does not chase, it waits. Its body, patterned like an armored coil of living jungle, blends perfectly with the water weeds. A caiman glides near, eyes piercing above the surface. It does not know that death already surrounds it. Suddenly, explosion! The river erupts as the snake coils in a heartbeat, wrapping its prey with unbreakable force. Every muscle contracts like steel cables. The caiman thrashes, jaws snapping, tail lashing waves into the air. But resistance is useless. The anaconda does not need venom. Its weapon is suffocation. Within minutes the struggle is over. Then comes the most chilling part. The snake begins to swallow, jaws unhinge, teeth hook backward. Inch by inch the reptile vanishes into the snake's cavernous throat. A battle that began with chaos ends in silence. But for the anaconda, victory is rare luxury. Each hunt could be its last. Larger predators roam these waters, including black caimans and even jaguars, willing to risk a clash with this serpent titan. Here in the Amazon, even giants are prey. But not all giants of the river are killers. Some rule not through terror, but through unity. As the current carries us deeper into the flooded forest, another colossus awaits, one that does not kill alone, but hunts as a family. The flooded forests of the Amazon are a maze of tangled roots, twisted branches, and shifting shadows. But here a different kind of giant reigns, not by stealth, but by sheer audacity. Cutting through the water with astonishing speed, sleek brown bodies surface and dive again in unison. Whiskers twitch, eyes gleam. These are the giant otters, the longest members of the otter family, stretching nearly 6 feet from nose to tail. To the untrained eye they appear playful, even harmless. But beneath that charm lies a predator with the courage to challenge anything. Unlike the solitary anaconda, giant otters thrive in numbers. Families of up to 10 move like a military unit, each individual alert, communicating in a constant stream of chirps, whistles, and barks. A shadow stirs in the water ahead. A black caiman, one of the largest reptiles in South America, lurks near the surface. For most creatures, this would be the end. But the otters do not flee. They close in, circling, harassing, diving around the reptile's head. The caiman thrashes, jaws snapping, but the otters are too quick, too many. In this jungle, fear belongs not to size, but to unity. Eventually the caiman retreats, beaten not by strength but by relentless teamwork. Yet not all is war. Between hunts the otters play. Youngsters wrestle in the shallows, sliding across mud banks, mimicking the skills they will one day need to survive. Their parents keep watch, teaching, protecting, guiding. Life here is a cycle of danger and joy, destruction and tenderness.
High in the vaulted green cathedrals of the Amazon canopy, the air is still, thick with humidity and silence. But silence here does not mean safety. It means something is watching. Perched upon a massive kapok branch, the Harpy Eagle scans the forest with eyes sharper than any blade. At nearly a meter tall with a wingspan stretching over 7 feet, it is one of the largest and most powerful eagles in the world. Its black and white plumage blends with shadows, while its crown of feathers rises like the headdress of an ancient warrior. But its true weapons lie at the end of its legs. Talons the size of grizzly bear claws, capable of crushing bone in a single strike. These are the daggers of the canopy, honed by millennia to seize life in an instant. Below, a troop of capuchin monkeys moves nervously among the branches. The adults chatter warnings, tails flicking, but the young, restless, curious, drift too far from the safety of the group. That is the moment the harpy has been waiting for. With a sudden burst, the eagle dives. Leaves explode, branches snap, and before the forest even registers the attack, a monkey is gone, clutched in silence, vanishing into the sky. The canopy returns to stillness, but for the troop, the silence is grief. The harpy eagle is more than a hunter. It is balance incarnate. Without it, monkey populations would spiral out of control, stripping the forest bare. In this way, the eagle is not a villain, but a guardian, a brutal necessity of survival. And yet, even the mightiest of hunters face challenges. For every life taken, the eagle must protect its own. In hidden nests, chicks cry out for food, helpless and vulnerable. The future of this giant rests on whether its parents can hunt enough to feed them. In a jungle where predators prowl at every level, even the sky is a battlefield. But in the understory, where shadows grow thick and the air feels heavy, another giant moves silently. Neither bird nor reptile, but a mammal and one of the forest's most ancient residents. When daylight fades and the forest sinks into shadow, a different presence emerges. Quiet, cautious, almost invisible. Among the dense undergrowth, heavy footsteps press into the mud. A bulky silhouette slips through the foliage, half hidden, half revealed by moonlight. This is the Amazonian tapir, the largest land mammal of South America. Shaped like a relic from another age, with a rounded body, stocky legs, and a flexible snout, the tapir looks almost prehistoric. And in truth it is. Tapirs have roamed this planet for more than 20 million years, surviving when other giants vanished into extinction. But survival here demands more than size. The tapir is not a predator. It is prey. Jaguars stalk the shadows. Anacondas coil silently in the swamps. Even humans hunt it for meat. To live, the tapir must remain invisible, a phantom in the night. It slips into the river, body buoyant, moving with surprising grace for its bulk. Water is its refuge. Here, it feeds on aquatic plants, cools its body, and escapes prowling hunters. But danger follows even into the shallows. In the black water, unseen eyes break the surface. A black caiman watches. A standoff in silence begins. The tapir freezes, ears twitching, nostrils flaring. Then, with a sudden burst, it crashes back into the forest. Tonight, the hunter loses. The tapir is more than just a survivor. It is a gardener of the jungle. Each fruit it eats, each seed it swallows, it scatters across vast distances. From its droppings, new life grows, young trees rising to replace the old. Without the tapir, the balance of this forest would crumble. Yet for all its endurance, this ghost of the night is fragile. Its numbers are dwindling, pushed back by hunters, habitat loss, and fire. For millions of years, it has survived everything nature has thrown at it. But the greatest danger is not nature. It is us. Still, the jungle is vast and the night carries on. As the tapir vanishes into darkness, the rivers stir again. For in the waters of the Amazon, another shadow waits, bigger, older, and far deadlier. The river at night is a mirror of stars, still, quiet, endless. But beneath the calm, monsters breathe. A pair of glowing red eyes glides across the surface, unblinking, fixed, silent as drifting wood. relentless as death itself. This is the black caiman, the largest predator of the Amazon waterways, stretching up to 20 feet long. Its armored hide is dark as midnight, its jaws armed with more than 70 dagger-like teeth. Like the anaconda, the caiman is an ambush hunter. It waits in silence, body half submerged until opportunity strays too close. A capybara steps down to drink, whiskers trembling. The jungle is hushed as if it too holds its breath. Then, eruption. The water explodes in a storm of teeth and thrashing. The capybara is dragged under, muffled cries swallowed by the current. The river is still again, but the caiman is not only a killer, it is a ruler. These reptiles can live for more than 80 years, dominating the waters generation after generation. In their domain, even the fearless giant otters tread carefully, knowing that one miscalculation could end in silence. Yet, for all its power, the caiman is not invincible. Young hatchlings, no bigger than a human hand, scramble from the nest into the water, chirping desperately. Dozens emerge, but only a few will survive. For every ruler that claims the river, hundreds of siblings vanish before they ever grow. The black caiman is a paradox, an unstoppable killer, but also a fragile thread in the cycle of survival. Without it, fish populations would explode, balance would falter, and the river would lose one of its oldest guardians. But balance is fragile. And in the tangled jungles beyond the river, another colossus moves. Larger still, older than memory, and burdened with both majesty and vulnerability.
In the misty dawn of the Amazon's hidden clearings, heavy footsteps shake the earth. Branches snap, trees shiver, and a hush falls over the undergrowth. Emerging from the shadows are the forest elephants, gentle giants of South America's wild frontier and the living architects of the jungle. Emerging from the shadows are the forest elephants, gentle giants of South America's wild frontier and the living architects of the jungle. Unlike their larger African cousins, these elephants are smaller, more elusive, adapted for life among dense vegetation. Their tusks curve downward, perfect for pushing through vines and stripping bark from trees, but do not mistake their size for weakness. When gathered in herds, they move as one unstoppable force, clearing paths, digging water holes, and shaping the very landscape with every step. A mother leads her calf through the clearing, her trunk curling protectively around the youngster. The calf stumbles, playful, curious, learning the ancient language of the herd, touches, rumbles, vibrations that travel through the ground like whispers only elephants can hear. This bond, this unity is what allows them to survive in a jungle where predators are never far. This bond, this unity is what allows them to survive in a jungle where predators are never far. Yet danger waits, even for giants. From the shadows of the trees, a pair of jaguar eyes gleams, patient, calculating. The predator is no fool. It cannot bring down a full-grown elephant. The herd tightens its circle. The matriarch raises her head, ears wide, trunk lifted high in defiance. A warning. One charge from her would crush the jaguar instantly, and so the hunter melts back into the shadows, defeated before the battle even began. The elephants move on, their rumbling calls echoing through the trees. They are not just giants, they are gardeners spreading seeds through their dung, carving open space in the dense forest for sunlight to fall. Where they walk, new life follows, but these gentle titans carry a heavy burden. Beyond the forest, hunters covet their ivory. Chainsaws carve through their home. Every year their numbers shrink. The jungle that once belonged to them is vanishing. The calf that walks beside its mother may grow up in a world without giants. Still the herd presses forward, because in the Amazon, life cannot pause, and lurking in the shadows of the next bend, another predator sharpens its claws, one that rules the night with silence, strength, and merciless precision. The jungle night is thick, suffocating a labyrinth of shadows, but to the jaguar it is a cloak. Her muscles ripple under rosetted fur as the great cat stalks silently, every pawful measured, every breath controlled. The jaguar is the Amazon's apex predator, shorter and stockier than its African cousin, the leopard, but far more powerful. Its bite is legendary, the strongest of any big cat. Where lions crush with force, jaguars pierce with precision. Tonight it stalks the river's edge. A capybara herd grazes, their ears twitching nervously. They sense something, but the forest gives nothing away. Then in a blur, The Jaguar launches. The water erupts as the cat dives headfirst into the shallows. Screams split the night. A single capybara is dragged under, crushed by those bone-breaking jaws. But the Jaguar's power is not only in the kill, it is in its adaptability. Unlike most cats, it thrives in water, swimming silently between riverbanks, ambushing caimans, even challenging young anacondas. Its realm is not just the forest floor, but every layer of the Amazon, from treetops to rivers. Yet even this perfect predator is vulnerable. Mothers raise their cubs alone, teaching them to hunt, defend, and survive in a world where starvation is a constant threat. A single mistake, an injured paw, a failed hunt can mean death. The Jaguar drags its kill into the undergrowth, hidden from scavengers, eyes glinting in the darkness. It has survived another night. But in the Amazon, survival is never guaranteed. Giants kill, giants die, and the cycle spins endlessly. Still, something far greater than any jaguar, anaconda, or caiman threatens the balance of this jungle. A predator unlike any other, one that does not kill for hunger but for greed. Unlike the jaguar, unlike the caiman, it does not kill to live, it kills to consume. The Amazon is not a place of peace. It is a theater of endless conflict where every breath is borrowed, every heartbeat contested. Giants walk its rivers, climb its trees, and prowl its undergrowth, but none escape the cycle. A family of giant otters hunts again, weaving through black water with fearless precision. Fish scatter in silver clouds, but one unlucky catch is seized, torn apart in seconds. What is triumph for one is tragedy for another. What is triumph for one is tragedy for another. Elsewhere, a tapir calf drinks from a stream, its spotted coat dappled like broken sunlight. Its mother grazes nearby, ears twitching. Then, the jungle explodes. A jaguar bursts from the shadows, muscles coiled like springs. The calf bolts, the mother charges, the ground shakes. For a moment, time stands still, predator and prey locked in violent collision. When it clears, only one life remains. The jaguar eats, the forest watches, but death here is never waste. Vultures descend, insects swarm, the forest reclaims what was taken. Life feeds on death, death feeds on life. And so the jungle endures. It is in this endless struggle that giants prove their place. The anaconda's suffocating coils, the caiman's crushing jaws, the elephant's defiant charge, all are threads in the tapestry of survival. None are eternal, none are safe, and yet together they keep the Amazon alive. For millions of years, this cycle has played out unbroken, unchallenged. But now a new force enters, a predator without rival, one that does not belong to the forest, yet reshapes it with fire, steel, and greed. Unlike the jaguar, unlike the caiman, it does not kill to live. It kills to consume. The final chapter of the Amazon giants will not be written by nature, but by us. The final chapter of the Amazon giants will not be written by nature, but by us. The Amazon is not a place of peace. It is a theater of endless conflict where every breath is borrowed, every heartbeat contested. Giants walk its rivers, climb its trees, and prowl its undergrowth, but none escape the cycle. A family of giant otters hunts again, weaving through black water with fearless precision. Fish scatter in silver clouds, but one unlucky catch is seized, torn apart in seconds. Their cries of victory echo against the roots. Above them, the Harpy Eagle wheels, searching for the next chance to strike. Elsewhere, a tapir calf drinks from a stream, its spotted coat dappled like broken sunlight. Then the jungle explodes. A jaguar bursts from the shadows, muscles coiled like springs. The calf bolts, the mother charges, the ground shakes. For a moment, time stands still, predator and prey locked in violent collision. Dust rises, water churns, screams tear the silence. When it clears, only one life remains. The jaguar eats, the forest watches, but death here is never waste. Vultures descend, insects swarm, the forest reclaims what was taken. It is in this endless struggle that giants prove their place. The anaconda's suffocating coils, the caiman's crushing jaws, the elephant's defiant charge, all are threads in the tapestry of survival. None are eternal, none are safe, and yet together they keep the Amazon alive. But now a new force enters, a predator without rival, one that does not belong to the forest, yet reshapes it with fire, steel, and greed. Unlike the jaguar, unlike the caiman, it does not kill to live, it kills to consume. The final chapter of the Amazon giants will not be written by nature, but by us. The final chapter of the Amazon giants will not be written by nature, but by us. Still, the herd presses forward. Because in the Amazon, life cannot pause. And lurking in the shadows of the next bend, another predator sharpens its claws, one that rules the night with silent strength and merciless precision. The jungle night is thick, suffocating, a labyrinth of shadows, but to the jaguar, it is a cloak. Muscles ripple under rosetted fur as the great cat stalks silently, every pawful measured, every breath controlled. The jaguar is the Amazon's apex predator, shorter and stockier than its African cousin, the leopard, but far more powerful. Mothers raise their cubs alone, teaching them to hunt, defend, and survive in a world where starvation is a constant threat. A family of giant otters hunts again, weaving through black water with fearless precision. Fish scatter in silver clouds, but one unlucky catch is seized, torn apart in seconds. Their cries of victory echo against the roots. Above them, the Harpy Eagle wheels, searching for the next chance to strike. The Amazon is not a place of peace. It is a theater of endless conflict, where every breath is borrowed, every heartbeat contested. Giants walk its rivers, climb its trees and prowl its undergrowth, but none escape the cycle. Predator and prey are bound together, locked in a brutal, eternal dance.